Hello, happy Halloween. Couldn't let Halloween go by without getting my Halloween Samhain pipe out in the 999. It's a Peterson, of course, of a little picture which won't focus. Of course it won't focus. You'll have to Google it, I'm afraid. It's not going to play ball. There's a little witch on a broomstick, and it says Peterson Halloween. It's a lovely colour, absolutely gorgeous colours. I've mislaid one of my favourite pipes, the Roslair, and I may have left it at one of the places I was working. I hope not, but this pipe I wouldn't even entertain the thought of taking it out, simply because it's so beautifully glossy. I'd be frightened of knocking it about. So this is the pipe that I'm really precious about, especially because it's a rare pipe. I don't see any of the Samhain pipes, that's the name they call them, Halloween pipes, Samhain pipes. I don't see them for sale anywhere. Using a cheap disposable light because I picked up my petrol lighter and it was empty, and I was going to fill it but forgot. I couldn't remember what I'd smoked last time in this, but there was no ghosting. Ironically, for Halloween, there was no ghosting. So I've picked up some Peterson Sweet Killarney because Halloween reminds me of things like toffee apples and fudges and caramel sweets and things like that. And that's exactly what it smells like. If you didn't tell somebody it was tobacco and did a blindfold test and put this under their nose, said, "What's this?" they'd probably think it was some caramel fudge or something. Really, it's that sweet. People that don't smoke pipes often can't get their head around the fact that they all have these different smells to them. Smoking is tobacco, and tobacco is cigarettes, and cigarettes are just cigarettes tobacco. It's a lovely, I love the cut of Sweet Killarney. It's like a broken up flake, very rough. And I'll just show you, I picked out a couple of pieces as I was filling the pipe. Look at those bits of flake broken up in there. I mean, those are some of the ones that's got through. Most of it is very roughly broken up. I think I rushed the packing of the pipe a bit much. thing is, it's very rare very rare that I have a moment like this where there's only me and the cats and the dogs in the house. My son, I think he's stopped at his girlfriend's place, and my wife and daughters have gone out. So I have to sort of act quickly and get a video done while there's no interruption. Which is why I don't make so many videos. Let's go. As it's Halloween, a lot of people like to tell a little ghost story while they're streaming. I haven't really got any ghost stories. I know that the place where my mum came from originally, Bridgnorth, has got quite a few ghostly places. There's the ruins of an old priory right down by the side of the river. You can probably find the location on Google Earth. I think the road that actually leads there is called Priory Road. And this old priory where there used to be a lot of monks and that, they dating way back to medieval times. That's obviously gone. That's just a ruin now. And there are stories that the priory actually had a tunnel that went right underneath the River Severn, but I'm quite doubtful of that. But a lot of legends have a basis in fact. So, but there is a ghost that's known to quite a few people of Bridgnorth. They call him Old Mo, and it's the ghost of a monk who can be seen still walking around the grounds of the priory, and quite a few people at night down that way at some time or another have come back home to say that, quite shaken up, that they've seen the ghost of Old Mo still walking around the old priory. I thought the lights had given up the ghost then. Pause. Sorry about that. Something spooked the dogs. My cousin told me that she'd seen the ghost of Old Mo at one time, but I was only a kid when she told me that, so she's probably just trying to frighten me. Dottie, come here. Come here. Worst trained dog in the world. Dottie. Dots. Come here. Just looking at me like that. I wonder if she's a descendant of old Shaq. She's certainly got the devil in her. Dottie, come here. Come here. Come on. You know, if I didn't want that dog to come to me, I'd bloody have a job keeping it away. Anyway, another of the ghosts of Bridgnorth. To this day, there's still a big old coaching inn that's right on the bank of the River Severn, just as you go in up the cartway into High Town, which was the main road sort of into Bridgnorth many years ago. Come here, Dots. Oh, there's the Hound of the Baskervilles. Dotty. Come on then. And back when it was the main road in up the cartway, when, you know, before cars, when horses was used to transport goods from the river port. Goods had arrived, they'd load them up on the clay side onto carts, and then they'd go up the cartway. But there was a pub, as I say, right on the river, and the river's prone to flood every now and again. Even these days it's a yearly sort of event. The more they've tried to put in flood defences, the more it's just sent the problem further up somewhere else. And at this coaching house there was a family living there, and the river was flooding, but it hadn't quite burst the banks. And apparently there were two children, a boy and a girl, that lived in this pub, and they were playing hide and seek the way children do, and they went down into the cellar and got locked in. The doors shut, and from the inside you couldn't get out when the doors were shut. You had to wait until somebody realised you were there and opened up. And they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. They got shut in, which wouldn't normally be a problem, I guess, till somebody found them, but the river burst its banks and the whole of the pub cellar flooded, and nobody realised they were missing. I suppose they were busy trying to get the stuff out of the pub upstairs to safety, and the children were just missing. And when the waters subsided, they found the bodies of the children in the cellar. And to this day that pub is quite heavily haunted. You can stop in the rooms, but it's an inn where you can actually, people, I don't know if you can still, but until quite recently people were able to hire a room for the night to sleep, and there were certain rooms that are more haunted than others, but there's all kinds of unexpected disturbances which people attribute to the two young children that were drowned tragically in the cellar when the river flooded. You can still go to the pub today, but I believe it's more of an eatery now. Like most pubs, it's more of a restaurant than an actual pub. But as far as I know, you can still stop in the room for the night, or one of their rooms. I think I saw on TripAdvisor. If I'd have had more time to research, I'd have got you the name of the pub, but you can soon find out. It's one right on the side of the cartway next to the river. You'll probably even find some information on what kind of ghostly happenings occur there, but anyway. Well, it's very windy and rainy this Halloween, so I'm going to warm myself by the fire and finish my pipe off. Take care.